Besties, I'm Sunshine Flying. You can call me Tia, and today we are working on another British-inspired build. This one is actually inspired by a old British double-decker bus that was turned into a home. So if you saw there at the very beginning of the build, I was actually taking a wall to measure against the street there, to make sure that it would be relatively bus sized. I know there is a way either with Tool or Debug to actually add wheels. I don't know how to do that, so the way that I did this build was actually made it look a little bit more like they had found a spot to sit and settle their bus, and so it is more placed for not moving again for a while. So I will, as always, put a link in the description for to the inspiration for this build, and I'm really excited for you to see how it all turns out. I thought it was super cool. I was a little nervous at first to see if I could even get it all to fit in. Obviously, I had to take some creative liberties because things fit a little differently in The Sims 4 than they do in real life, the stairs being a prime example of that, but I think overall it worked out really nicely. I'm really happy with how it all looks. And I think it's just this awesome kind of boho hippie, just fun-loving double-decker bus van house, and very fittingly I put it in Evergreen Harbor. I build a lot of tiny houses on this lot, it seems. My family of 4 tiny house has also been built on this lot, so if you are a fan of both of these houses, you'll have to find some new lots to start putting these on. Also, I apologize in advance for any weird noise in the background of this particular video. My cats, I have 2 cats. They are adorable, they are fun, but they are very mischievous today, and I don't know why. So my apologies for any noise that they might make today. But back to the build. I do make some changes along the way, especially once I sort of embrace the fact that I'm going to stray a little bit from some of the pictures. But again, I will share a link to some of the pictures that I look to for inspiration, and more so than in the past, I have tried to really stick to the photos for inspiration. Because especially if you watched my video from last Friday, Dolly's Rooftop Bar, I did try to kind of pay homage to that build without really like copying it piece for piece, whereas this one I really wanted to make it look a lot more like the photos. But of course, there were just some things that wouldn't work. Like in this particular build, the bathroom actually is underneath the stairs. The shower is under the stairs. And you know, we just can't do that in The Sims. So I did have to forego the second bathroom up on the second floor to get that bathroom built in. And so instead, I just slotted a little shelf in there instead. And I put a wall on that to make it look like a closet. It's not a functional closet by any means. It's just kind of a door that's there that leads to nowhere. I'm not even sure the Sims can use it, even if you wanted them to. But it's there just to kind of add to the space a little bit. Everything else in this build should be functional. I haven't play tested it, but I did be sure to space it. I'm not even sure I'm building with move objects on. I probably am, knowing myself, but everything is spaced in a way that it should be usable by Sims. So just kind of working on the lower level now. It is a fully functional kitchen, lots of counter space. Added the refrigerator in there. I added a full-size refrigerator. The original build had just one of the short under the countertop ones. The original build also had a much different seating space in the back here too. That just wasn't going to be possible. So I guess this table in the back may not actually be usable because I do have 2 sofas facing the table. But that being said, your Sims will sit on a sofa to eat. So they may not use the table, but they will sit at that sofa to eat. So in a way it is functional, just not fully. But I used My First Pet stuff, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't like. And I like just for the fact that some of the sofas work somewhat like sectionals, which I'm recording this on the day that the new sectional, the new kit or the new pack comes out with sectionals. So I know we're going to be getting those, so it doesn't even really matter. But, you know, pre-sectionals, I would always use those for that purpose. So, but I'm just going to kind of fiddle a bit with the platforms and the arrangement here. But eventually, yes, I will set it up like this. And so your Sims will sit at those sofas and eat, even if they won't use the table. But you, if you don't have the My First Pet stuff, you can also just put chairs at that table. The table is not part of that pack, and you can just not worry about the sofas. Or you can get rid of the table and just add in whatever sofas you want. So, you can feel free to do with whatever you want with that area, depending on what packs you have. The platform in the window is just kind of whatever you want to do with it. And rather than having the countertops go all the way to the door, I decided to add in like a little bench with a coat rack and umbrella holder and a rug. And then this was the most challenging part for me, was trying to fit in the like bus driver's seat, because we don't really have like that kind of functionality in The Sims. And so what I ended up doing was putting in this big, like, I think it's like a tech career or spy career kind of thing, and the glass gate, and just making it look really techy, because sometimes, you know, that's what those bus areas look like. I should also add too that this will fit inside this. It's under 100 tiles for this bus home, so you will get the perks of the small home under the tiny home, or the tiny living perks. So I believe it's like faster skills or something, something like that. I also squeezed in a tiny bathroom upstairs. I still, in the spirit of tiny living and bus living, made the bathroom small, even though I probably could have made it a little larger. So you've got kind of that little hobby nook where I turned that side table into a little computer space, because I realized we didn't really have much entertainment space. I still don't think there's a TV in there anywhere, but you could easily put a TV on the platform on the lower level in the back of the bus. You could probably put it on one of the countertops downstairs as well. You could put it in the bedroom in place of the chess table if you wanted. Otherwise, I'm just putting a little bit of clutter up here in the bedroom, which is pretty minimalist. I kind of kept it that way on purpose. I just feel like with a bus home like this, you're going to be outside, you're going to be, you know, doing skill building stuff, you're going to be out and about. Somebody who lives in a place like this probably loves the outdoors. They probably love gardening. They're not going to be spending all their time in their bedroom. So that's the kind of space that would require the least amount of, you know, decor, really. But yeah, went super minimal in the bathroom. Just going to put a little bit of like basic shampoo, conditioner up there, get some more hanging plants. And the inspiration for this build had green exterior and green and yellow, so we're gonna pay full homage. There wasn't really great wallpaper for it, so instead of, you know, being able to find a wallpaper that was like green and yellow stripe, I decided to change the windows to a more yellow hue. So I'm really happy with how it turned out though, and we're going to work on the yard too, make it look much fuller, fix that foundation as well, get it put back to what it was before. I'm really glad that outdoor light was there though for the front that looks like the front of a bus. I think that adds a really nice touch to the outside. I thought I was going to have to go into debug to find something like that, and so I was really pleasantly surprised to find that I didn't have to. So now just kind of scattering some lights around the home as well. I'm going to get some stairs so we can get inside too. But yeah, just adding some light around the home. But loving how this turned out. I would love to live in a place like this. I'm definitely on an outdoorsy camping kick right now. You'll see a lot of stuff like that. Yes, and going into debug to do a lot of debug landscaping as well. But you're going to see a lot of kind of stuff like this from me right now. My husband and I are doing a lot of camping and outdoor stuff these days. We have finished 2 camping trips so far this summer. And we have another 7 planned. He actually has 8 planned. One of them is his bachelor party. Yeah, lots of camping. We recently bought a camper, so we've got a lot of travel still happening. I'm going to try to stay as on top of my posting schedule as I can. I was a little bit panicked because I've had some tech problems the last couple of days, but so far so good, staying on my posting schedule. So we are working on, I'm working on keeping my posting schedule pretty regular while doing all this camping. We're also planning our wedding for September, so busy time. So if I ever do miss a YouTube video drop, just know I am probably a lot more stressed about it and worried about it than you can probably imagine. And I promise I'm working on it. But I will do my best to keep on my posting schedule. And there's just so much happening this summer, so much happening this fall. And I'm about as excited for everyone else for just kind of everything to settle down and get back to normal. So thank you in advance for your patience with all of that. But I hope you will continue to support my channel, support me on Twitch if you are also over there. If you are on Twitch and aren't currently watching me, I would love to have you join me on a stream sometime. I try to stream 3 days a week. My schedule is up on my channel, which is twitch.tv/sunshineflying. And I try to stream The Sims 2 times per week, and I do Throwback Thursdays as well, where I play vintage games. The month of June will be Old School Zoo Tycoon, so circa 2003 Zoo Tycoon. I'm very excited about that. Some other games that I have on deck that we'll be playing in the future include things like Mall Tycoon, The Sims 1, Sims 2, Sims 3, Sims City, all kinds of stuff like that. I'm also open to suggestions and recommendations as well. If I can get my hands on them, I'm happy to play them. We're getting into screenshots now, so I will wrap up this voiceover. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting, as always. I really appreciate your support. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.